1 John chapter 4 and verse 9. In this was manifested the love of God towards us, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him.
So God sent his Son because he loved us. First and foremost, God sent his Son because he loved us, so that we may be able to live. Jump down to verse 19.
Verse 19. We love him because he first loved us.
That is the mission of how we're supposed to be when it comes to the Most High. We should love him because he first loved us. As you keep seeing the reiteration of the law. Love the Lord your God. The first commandment, thou shalt not have no other gods above me. That's loving God. If you love him, you'll be keeping the commandments. You'll do what he told you to do. And nowhere in this Bible did he say, do what you want to do. Nowhere. Never told a man that he can commit sin. I'm telling you what to do. If you love me, keep my commandments. Christ said it in John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments. Christ he didn't speak of his own words. He spoke of the words that was given to him by the Father. Period. Deuteronomy 18 is a perfect example of that.
We're talking about blessings and going over law. A lot of times that gets in people's head, and then that becomes their entire focus is, I'm just doing these laws just to receive these blessings. I know I asked this question before, but should that be your purpose for wanting to keep God's law so that you can receive these blessings? Is that what God is searching for? For our focus on receiving the blessings that he said he's going to give us? Anybody? Anyone? Everybody shaking their head no. Okay, then what is the purpose? Or what should be the outcome or the purpose of us keeping these laws then? Why should we want to keep it if it's not for the rewards that we're going to receive? It says for the relationship. For the what? It says for the faith building is why we should be doing it. Okay, I would say those are good answers because that's the ultimate purpose. What the Lord wants us to love him. I mean, Aaron, we read it earlier in Deuteronomy chapter 6. God wants us to love him with all of our heart, all of our mind, all of our soul. That's why he wants us to keep it. Those rewards just come along with loving him, but it's about us wanting to have that relationship, wanting to build that relationship, not us having to focus on, I want to get those rewards, because if that is your focus, then the love is never there. Your focus is just going to be on, this is my task to do so I can get this reward. Then you never fall in love with it. Then you're never going to see it as a must. You're going to see it as a want and not a need. And that makes a big deal on a lot of things that we have in life. Think about children. When they get toys, you give a child a toy, they act like they want it so badly, they're going to die if they don't get it right now. 2 weeks later, they don't play with the toy anymore.
2 weeks? I don't think it's 2 weeks. Like, maybe you get 2.5 hours. After that, it's a wrap.
Because why?
What toy I got you, boy? What a toy? I don't know.
Because it's a want. It wasn't a need. It's a want. Now take food for instance, water for instance. Our body automatically tells, hey, I need that. I need that to survive. So you're going to treat that differently than a want. A want, you're going to get tired of it. A need, you must have it. You constantly going to need it because you understand you must have it. That's the mind focus that we have to have on God, because these laws are what? His essence. These words written in the Bible, this law is God's essence. So when people say they're bondage and they're torture, be careful, because you're saying that about God. But you're doing those things because you want to be what? You want to turn these things into a need. I need these laws. I need to learn more about God. I need to see, why did he say to do it this way? And as we begin to keep these laws, we start to see what Aaron brought out when he brought out Deuteronomy 14 about the law of tithing, and then that carried over into Acts chapter 4, and we see how it really is supposed to work, how it shows us to love one another as we love ourselves. But that only happens if you begin to have it as a need, not a want. A want is, I just want to do these things so I get the kingdom of heaven. Because just about anything that we come to in life, When it's a want, time we get it, this ain't it. I still got this void I need to fill.
Right.
If you look at, I say it all the time, athletes, people that win the lottery, they think those things are going to fill that void, and it doesn't. It's a want. It ain't a need. It's a want. And when you get it, you find out, man, this didn't do it. This is not it. And you have it right here in front of you the whole time, what's showing you what is going to fulfill that void. God is the only thing that's going to fulfill that void. But that's one of the things that we have to focus on is wanting a relationship with God, wanting to learn more about Him, a need. Instead of having Him as a genie in a bottle. When something goes wrong, then you rubbing that bottle. Come on, God, I need you to give me this blessing right here. Instead of having it all the time, I need you. Talking to Him all the time, good and the bad times. Thanking Him for the good and bad times, because you're building that relationship because you know that you need Him. It's not a want.